let's get started, I guess. New game. New game. Oh. Hip.
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of
I
great
get
change,
it!
and some was swept away by the tide.
Oh, we're now in a restaurant. That's for some reason empty.
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
I forgot about this.
The murder?
Yes, I forgot about the murder. This looks pretty good for an iPad game. This is not an iPad game. Hey Rocket Mecha, how you doing? This is a Nintendo Switch game called The Great Ace Attorney.
Oh, it's my birthday!
Yay! It took place on your birthday! Happy birthday, Mom! Okay, 22nd of November, 8:43 a.m. Oh wait, gotta do this the proper way. 22nd November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court adjudicature defendants and chamber. It doesn't go right whenever the name is that long. And chamber 5. Happy birthday, time really flies by. Yeah, it was only January, a few moments ago. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening.
There is a lot of racism in this game, just a warning. They're very racist towards white people and white people racist towards Japanese people.
So yeah, warning, a lot of racist people. Alright, how can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? Oh. Hi. What? Oh, no, nothing. Save your glares, merited air. Sorry. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying and now here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough? Oh, it's you. The bandana guy. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer.
It's gays.
Alright! This is not gays, everyone. And who are you? I am this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes, until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue, or I will have to hold it for you with my blade.
What?
Sorry, I was trying to be funny. Just technicalities. Look at you, you haven't even graduated yet. And yet I still seem to know better than you know how the court officer should behave. Hi. Right, Ryunosuke? Oh, yes, of course! Sorry! What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, I suppose that wasn't my fault. What really caused about it? I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. There you go again, apologizing! Just like always. Ah. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Human University professor murdered in cold blood by student. Obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not! You have to believe me! I didn't do it! I could never murder someone! Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. Okay!
Never give up. Never give up.
This is the highest I can go! You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke.
Stop thinking.
No!
You're thinking up the room.
Kasuya Sogi, my best friend, also in his second year at Yuma University. He's far more clever than I, a star student in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive considering he's still an undergraduate. It's not that impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old, here in Japan anyway. My qualifications don't mean much, yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma, truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. Oh, so the murder did take place on your birthday!
Yeah, the murder was not my birthday, just the trial.
Wait a sec. Let me count. Okay, so what's 22
It
minus...
was on Daddy's birthday.
Oh no! Oh no! No! Not Daddy's! Wait, when's his birthday?
The 18th?
Let me see. What's 20?
Oh wait, he's 4 days away. Never mind.
Yeah. So it took place after his birthday!
On Nana's birthday.
No!
I think that's Nana's birthday.
How many birthdays are in this family?
A lot? We all have birthdays.
I know! I know, but how do we know so many people's birthdays?
In November, you mean?
In November. Okay, how many birthdays are in November?
Uncle Stefan is also in November.
No!
Either Stefan or Nick, I don't remember.
Alright, well anyway, congratulations, Kazuma. It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. I know, I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you, and proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's a mysterious aura billowing around his temple. I see. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Then come with me! We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. Bye-bye. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. I have to think or else.
No!
Please let me. Asogi, may I have a word? Oh, it's you. And you.
Oh, he has the gray hair on the top too.
Professor, I didn't know you were coming! Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now, Asogi. You should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You advocated for the defense of this trial was a sudden Sorry. Sudden decision.
Did you burp?
Yeah.
Oh.
It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Alright then, Ryudaisuke, I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. Bye. Hold up, I'm going to drink something weird. Well, this is awkward.
I always thought he was gonna end up being evil.
Oh right, you thought he was gonna be evil, but really he was one of the good guys.
He just acts so suspicious here.
If I may. Yes, sorry.
He's also too happy, just like the guy that likes swimming.
All right, Damangant.
You reminded me so much of Damangant.
Have you been swimming lately?
Let's go swimming.
Let's go swimming after the trial. Alright, you must be the defendant. Ryudaisuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Yujin Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yuma University. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Asugi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you no doubt heard, Asugi's been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again. What? As I suspected, you are unaware of this. I had a feeling Asugi may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? But I don't understand! Why would the government do such a thing? The administration and institutes from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. ... Could I? I didn't do it! I swear it! I'm not a murderer! I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry? What do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. But then what should I do? Well, naturally I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. I do? But what will the question be? Surely,
you take this man.
not. Just say I do. Do you accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. Defendant! Court's about to begin! Proceed to the courtroom at once! I would seem our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asugi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want me found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving! There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway! This is it. If this trial goes badly, Cosmo's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder! And so, with absolutely no ID. Huh?
You said that was loud. His sneeze.
Oh. With absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. Imagine if, like, it just keeps on, like, getting a close-up of the bailiffs while he's thinking this.
It's like going up their nose.
Up the nose! And everyone's, like, weirded out. I mean, it'd probably stop at some point. Like, how it does... You know, remember that one time whenever, like, we were experimenting on, like, whether the hog stops walking in that one cutscene?
Yeah.
He does stop at some point. But, like, whenever that happens, I kind of feel like that's awkward.
I know.
Alright, my one and only chance of proving my innocence, the child that would decide my destiny. Okay, 22nd November, nah. No. Okay, let me try again. 22nd November, no. 9 a.m. Supreme Court adjudicator ordered. So this is a courtroom. Of course it is.
Yes.
The Supreme Court adjudicator. No court in the land is more power. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in time, but for now... You need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin. Ah! I forgot about the person. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruto. The prosecutor is ready, Your Excellency. I need to work on the voice I did for him. Alright, as is the defense. I haven't done the voice for him in a long time. Before we begin, there's one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is it! This must be the question! Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do... I need to answer quickly! What should I do? I guess answer I do.
Just wait and see.
Answer I do! Do what the professor tells you!
Well, let's see if it stops.
Let me see. I feel like it's slowing down. Okay, this is...
Oh, it stopped.
Okay, I was about to say, this is getting awkward. You won't wait forever? Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will advocate for this.
Yes!
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 Does he have a ring on his finger?
I don't know. What's the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that I, Rinosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself! Going up his nose. What? Why are you playing that, Rinosuke? Professor Mikatomo told me everything just now before the trial. He did what? You say your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. Means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off? No! It's not that really! It's just what?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Keep going.
Okay! It's just that on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes. I knew that's how you'd feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. This Professor Mikatomo should have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial.
Alright, that's my dream.
Well.
Gosh, these kids.
Oh my gosh. Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel, really? Yay, I got the votes back! Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Oh, yes, exactly! Exactly what I wasn't thinking! I'm not confident at all! In fact, my mind's a complete blank! I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed. As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency! It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. So, let's start with the very simplest of questions. Yes! Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in the case. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I care to remember. But, wait. Oh, I'm so nervous! I can't even remember that! What was it again? Rinosuke. Let's be guess. Your mind's gone blank. You know me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. Court record. but I can't even find that. It's simple. You can access the court record with the press of record. If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there. I just have to press record for the court record. Alright, there's no time to lose. This is the list of evidence you collected. Now try switching to people instead with record. You'll find details about the victim in here. You're the victim. When you're done, just press B to go back. Just press back to go back. Alright, Kazumasogi 23. A second year at the Imperial Yuma University. He's my best friend and despite being a student, a qualified defense lawyer as well. Yujin Mikotoba 42. Medical school professor at the Imperial Yuma University. He's an authority in forensic medicine and Cosmos mental. Takechi Ouchi, 51. The lead prosecutor of this case, who it appears to have little love for the changes the cultural reformation has brought about. John H. Wilson, 47. The victim of this case. He was a visiting professor of medicine at Yuma University from the British Empire. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court's record. Alright, University collar pin. Proof that I'm a student at the Imperial Yuma University. I always wear it on the collar of my uniform jacket. Post-mortem report. Post-mortem report. Death occurred a little after 2 p.m. It was caused by loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body. Alright. Victim, John H. Wilson, male, British. Time of death, 19th November, shortly after 2 p.m. Cause of death, single bullets fired at close range. Fatal hemorrhage from pectoral ballistic trauma. No exit wound, bullet did not pass through body. Yay, we went through the court's report. Now, you better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on! Find a victim in the people section of the court record, then press X to present. Try it now. To give present.
Yes!
The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yuma University 3 years ago. Indeed, when the reason about this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. As most of you will be aware, we have decided to treaty together after a lengthy negotiation. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilled on our soil! You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yuma University, are you not? Being a professor from the very institution that provides your education, have you no honor? I didn't do it! This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. I got shiver. I got shiver, watermelon. And now Watermelon wants me to scratch her butt. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter.
He just poking her.
This is how I pet her butt. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policy makers. And you're convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there to see the crime. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think... Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still. I should go and say hello. So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Oh! Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency! How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? Day before the court, the cause of death. The cause of death. Well, obviously, that was, Ridosuke. Remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how? Find a piece of evidence. That's just a professor's cause of death. It's like, give present. Do it now!
Yes!
Well... According to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma. Lord, I mean, you made me so! That's the post-mortem report, I take it! Sorry, yes! That's right! The, post-mortem report! And it was the doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. The photographic print of the victim has been entered into the court's record. So that's a photographics print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. That's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. That's because it is a drawing, not to you at least. Very well, I'm satisfied with your answers. Let's start the trial. No! Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there to see the crime when it happened. This is it then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me, but that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Ah, of course! When you were speaking with me before, you simply said, Kazuozuki must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats.
He never does he?
Yes, he never does. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stairs first. Oh. I don't know what's so funny about. Witness! Say your name and occupation for the court, please. Of course, my name is Satoru Hosonaga. He's just looking directly at
I like Hosonaga. So funny.
I know. He looks funny too. I'm the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called La Carnival. Oh right, I forgot about his condition.
You never explained it.
Yeah, I know. He never explains why he coughs blood. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. You should go see a doctor even if it doesn't bother you!
Right?
I mean, well, it really should. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery 3 days ago. Understood. Hosonaga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir. And no petty introductions from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. You really should go see a doctor, guy. It was when I was in the kitchen, putting away crockery and cutlery. Oh! A gunshot rang out, so we hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. Sitting immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Yes!
Hold on! Let me just clarify something here! While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him!
Objection!
Objection! I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interdictions. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur! But the next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, defended Naruhodo. Don't worry, Inosuke, you'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today? You really should go see a doctor. Yes, without question. I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? No. No. Just one simple no.
No.
For some reason, when people just only say no and nothing else, it's just really funny. It's like, ask me something.
How was school?
No. When people like say the word no without really much emotion.
Do you like pizza?
No. Ask me a question about watermelon.
Is watermelon adorable?
No. Just kidding. Yes, I love you, watermelon. I'll always love you, watermelon. Alright, now ask me another question.
Do you love me?
Yes. I don't want to say no.
I'm like, I wouldn't have been upset if you said that.
I'd be upset. Okay, let's stop asking questions.
Okay.
Alright. I only wanted to do this because, like, best Twitch channel. Man. No, they were just asking if this was the best Twitch channel. No.
Oh.
Just kidding. Just kidding. I mean, it probably could be, but I'd rather not call it the best. We're just one simple place. Alright, well anyway, there was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and a university student. Huh? What did he just say? There was no one else around that table? I think it's up there. You think it's up there?
Oh, thank you. For thinking so.
Thanks. We really appreciate that compliment. Alright, what's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's just not right! When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello... It's the racist woman. There was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Really? That's not something the waiter should have missed. Could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? What do you think we should do?
I don't remember what the right one is.
I think it's usually the other one besides wait and see. Save just in case.
Oh yeah, I can save.
Interject! I guess we'll interject and see what happens. If we get a penalty, then we'll,
Interject.
yeah.
Yes!
Just a moment, please! Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table.
Objection!
Dear me, what are we going to do with you? I'm not a kid. With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud.
A fraud?
Not a fraud. We're basically a fraud. You're wrong. Alright, could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? Wait, what? You're only just figuring that out? But I'm sure of what I saw! Osnaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy? ... No. How many times are you just going to reply with a silent no? The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. Seriously, you should go see a doctor. I feel like I'm just going to repeat this every time you cough. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please have a look if you'd like to. He has the anime glasses. Let me see. Ah, a sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume. You're not very good at drawing. Just kidding, you are. You're not good at drawing seats, though. Those do not look like chairs, those look like tiny squares. Alright, that's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. We're clearly a very conscientious waiter. Conscientious waiter. Thank you, sir. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Well, is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Oh crap! You should really see a doctor, man! How long is it going to take you for... Something clearly seems to have shaken him. The water's busyness card has been entered into the court record.
The water?
The waiter's busyness card has been entered into the court record. Okay, let's get it. Okay, I want to stop hearing him cough. It's very disturbing now. So, the court has now heard a persist of the case.
What?
What?
No.
What?
I just went, no.
What? What?
Nothing.
What?
Stop.
Okay, I'll stop. SpongeBob looks different somehow. Hey, T-Walls, how you doing? We're here with the great Ace Attorney. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, this is SpongeBob, the judge. SpongeBob is the judge.
It's Patrick. No, this is Patrick.
Patrick Star. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency? If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. Isn't everyone looking mercifully upon us still? In other words, you have some small reprieve.
This is SpongeBob.
Reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. Yes, this guy is SpongeBob. Objection, judge, this goes against your case. You ask and you refrain from making a judgment.
Hey, T-Loss, how are you doing?
How you doing? I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case of the court. I don't know who the waiter would be. I once warned the defense if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial.
Is Squidward.
No, I don't think this guy is Squidward. Squidward would probably be the prosecution's decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. Alright, what do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You've said it! Professor Mikotoma said it! And so has the judge and the prosecution! I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. Do they really allow weapons in the courtroom, especially for the defendant on trial? I mean, I find it weird. I mean, why would he bring his sword into the courtroom?
I think he's a special case.
As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? The accused is in fact innocent. The defense lawyer is duty bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. See, so his sword is actually his lollipop. Gotcha. By the way, just so you know, the guy with the red bandana is, Gaze. Slash Kazuma. Is Gaze slash Kazuma, that's his name. Alright, are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? His weapon went from, halberd to katana, I guess. The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. Looks more like Rambo than you.
Rambo.
Rambo? Who's Rambo?
An action hero guy.
Oh, okay. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. Indeed. Prosecutor Ouchie! I almost said Professor. Prosecutor Ouchie, please continue with proceedings. Tisk, well, you are warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. Okay. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution called its next witnesses. Very well. Officer, bring forth the witnesses at once. Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court. I'm a weird man. Yes, sir! The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Yasunoza report for duty, sir! Slash a weird guy.
Myself, I find employees purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the birth of efflorescence of our nation Nippon. In conduct my trade from Rasute, humble provinces in the 2nd District. Kiryu Korakuda at your service! Slash a weird old man.
An antique dealer and a soldier. One unusual pairing. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned.
Myself, I habitually take tea in the most exquisite aroma of the establishment in question. Always post new. And non-frequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios in which I make my business.
I can't understand a word that old man is saying. No one can. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at the carnival.
The carnival.
La Carnival! He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. Who's thems. He's obviously targets the carnivals because it's a high class restaurants with rich clientele. with
That was a hard one.
with richest clientele. Alright, I see. Although to be honest, that sort of looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative! The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner, what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black it was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearms, sir. This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. Alright! I forgot about that! So this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now the court will hear your formal testimony, please.
Bye. I love you.
Love you. You will say everything you saw at the precise moment when that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir. Standing by, ready to report, sir.
Did you hear it?
Sort of. I can't really hear stuff whenever I'm talking.
Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon.
What kind of mustache is that? They both have mustaches. So which one? Which one has the weirdest mustache?
Probably the one on the left.
The soldier?
Yeah.
The old man, he has bushy eyebrows and is shaking.
Shaking slightly.
Parkinson's.
I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Why? They're both cool. Yes, they both have unique facial hair.
Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentlemen.
At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged! I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
I was on my hands and knees, investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio.
Wow! So you, Sergeant, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir! Affirmative, sir! That wicked university cadet, sir! The cruel and unforgivable enemy!
What times we live in, when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day.
Why did you break the knife? But this is ridiculous! I didn't shoot anyone! Also, you have a knife in the corn! Then again, my best friend has a katana, so understandable. Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes! All I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor! After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then when I finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. Note, never pick up random guns off the floor or you'll be accused of murder. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down and just as I was picking it up. Ah! What? Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal in the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was.
It was the old man!
There is? Yes, it was the old man. He's shaking all over. Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witness. Cross-examine him. Do it now! As you've heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. Done. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice. Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial.
Yes!
You have to raise your hand for everything. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this number? I love Big Red so much.
Silly.
I mean, the defense. Demand his right to a cross-examination! Damn me. Let me guess. The Hachimakia boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Huh? How did he know? The prosecutor objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
Objection!
The defense asserts its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. How so commanding? Very well. Let the defense conduct the cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Rinosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Is it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means what that soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Evidence. Now let's go, Rinosuke! Don't let them beat you! Alright then! It's all or nothing. Cross-examination? What the witness saw. I was adjusting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Why?
Yes!
Why aren't you saying anything? Is this some new interrogation technique? Just cold stares. I hadn't actually thought of what I wanted to ask. Just ask about anything that catches your attention. Anything that bothers you. Alright then, why is your color green? This beefsteak you mentioned, what kind of food is that? Attention! Beefsteak is a delicious cut of veal vigorously cooked on a cast iron grill and served piping hot. Oh. If food covers a medals of honor, beefsteak would be almost as highly decorated as a cutlet. Right, I see. Thank you, sir. So, next question. This cutlet you mentioned, what kind of food is that? What? Call it a delicious cut of veal tossed in breadcrumbs and deep fried in cooking oil. Accept your guilty verdict, atone for your crimes, and when you're released from prison, try it! Yes, sir, we'll serve out the double, sir! Then he, bolts out of the... Then he, literally bolts out the door just to go and try a beefsteak and a cutlet before... Sorry to interrupt, but... How about trying to stick to questions that are relevant to the case? Oops, sorry, I'll do my best! So, next question. Is it just me, or do you keep hearing a sort of wah crying noise? Negative! Well, at least we've learned that he's a big beef lover. Affirmative. It's not easy knowing what questions to ask.
Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman.
Yes!
I have no idea what you're talking about. What? What kind of question is that?
A kobold boy!
A Koban? You mean an old Edo coin?
The day prior.
Nobody's looking. His look. The look on his face is so funny.
Yeah. He's squinting.
Yeah.
The day prior to the incident. The day prior to the incident, a treasure of exceptional value from the Hoei period entered my possession. I took myself to the restaurant the following day, with said item secreted in my bosom pocket.
Bosom.
Who cares how it's pronounced? In the hope of an affluent cognizant the praise of its indisputable value being present.
So you were hoping to sell your Koban coin? The sergeant knows whom you met at the restaurant? Yes, it's quite clear where you're going with this, boy. You were about to assert that a penniless soldier would have no hope of purchasing a precious Koban. Is that so? Well, you little upstart cadet. You want to add disrespecting a superior officer to your list of crimes, do you? Blooded subordination! No, I didn't say anything! Although, penniless might be just the word I was looking for. In any case,
The hours have already advanced beyond that of the midday luncheon. There remain precious few present with whom I can engage in discourse about matters of business. The gentleman beside me, who was grappling with his raised veal at the time, was my sole prospect.
I see. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes.
Yes!
So, you're saying that you actually saw me at that time? Affirmative! I saw you! Laughing, cackling, like a madman as you trained the barrel of your gun on the English civilian.
What?
But that's impossible! I only... Allow me to confirm just one point, please. What's that, Private? Thinking carefully about the statement you just made, it seems to me that it must have been just after you heard the gunshot that you looked over to the victim's table. And so what if it was? Well, if that really is the case, it would mean that you didn't in fact see the precise moment when the killer actually fired the gun. Urgh! And double urgh! My sixth sense? Sorry? My sixth sense of danger! I picked up the waves of murderous energy radiating from your foul mind! Which means, a split second before you pulled the trigger, I was looking right at you, cadet! Surely that's not really possible, is it? Don't you think I could got where I am today in the army if I couldn't sense the danger to your son? Well, it would seem the soldier's absolutely convinced that he saw you do the deed. They saw you do the thingy ding ding ding
I'm
ding.
sorry. This is not good.
This is not good. The black uniform varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Yes!
So this black uniform university cadet, you're saying that was... Urgh! I've had just about enough of your sauce, cadet! Who wants to see around here in black uniform, huh? Well, there's someone standing right next to me who fits the description as well, but... It was you, you little weasel! You unloaded the firearm on that man! From behind his back! And you call yourself a citizen of the great empire Nippon? You disgust me! He looks a bit distraught there. What is it, Rinosuke? I'm not quite sure. It's something that the surgeon just said, but I can't put my finger on it. Something's playing on my mind. In that case, check back over the details of the evidence. You got it. In the court record. If you find the consistency there with what the witness just said, then don't hold back. Present the evidence to the court. Thrust in the witness's face and make him choke on the evidence. Make him choke on it. We have to thrust in his mouth. What?
I was on my hands and knees, investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio. Curio.
Curious.
Cheerios. This is Master Dolman's mansion. What? I remember.
Oh, because I was talking about curios.
You were asking, would you like to buy some curios? Whenever we were doing it, this is Master Dolman's mansion. I really missed that clip.
Yeah.
On your hands and knees. Could you explain that, please?
That's right. Spraining the arthritis I was in order to retrieve the lost piece.
What lost piece are you referring to?
The Gobon, of course! The exquisite Holy Gobon coin! I had just been showing the weird treasure to the military man as they massacred. It's like, after I burned my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was there no more! It simply vanished!
Sorry, that went on its own.
I know. But still, like, why did he pull his beard? And also, like, it's like one moment he's screaming, but then the next moment,
After I burned my eyes
Yeah.
for this one moment.
the Koban vanished?
Hence I began to acquaint myself with the intricacies of the floor in order to locate it, and then it happened.
Ah! Ah! You hurt the gunshot, you mean?
None of it then! Though it was no concern of mine. I frantically scoured the floor for the aforementioned lost treasure!
So in fact, you didn't actually witness the precise moment when the incident occurred?
Indeed! Myself, I did not.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here! Listen, Rinosuke. We know there are lies lurking in these statements. It's time to expose them. I understand that. The question is how? Like I said before, the key to this is using evidence that you've collected. You can examine and present evidence while a witness is giving testimony by pressing record. Go through the witness's statement and the details about each piece of evidence and compare all the facts. Somewhere in there, you'll find something that doesn't add up. In other words, an inconsistency. When you find a statement and a piece of evidence that seem to contradict each other, present your evidence with X and rip the witness apart. No, I don't want to rip it apart! That's too scary! You're scaring me! Just be careful, because if you assert a contradiction that has no basis, you'll be given a penalty. If you're dealt too many penalties, the defense's case will fall apart and you'll receive a guilty verdict. So that's it. Peruse the evidence in the court record and find inconsistency with the witnesses. Alright, I'll give it a try. You can hear the witness's statement over and over again as many times as you like. So keep your enemy measured in your attack. Good luck, partner.
Do you want to keep going?
I think I'm done.
725.
I think I'm done. Evidence.
Give me 1 second. I need to find my phone.
Why?
I just need to, okay?